If you guys are in need of any grinding services, hit up my guy Rose NBA on Twitter. From domination to getting you guys a 95 plus overall hidden gem, he does it all. What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the updated auction house in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, where it's at, and what you guys should be thinking about within the auction house. Now, as we do dive into this thing, guys, prices in the auction house are way down. Like, genuinely, they are way down. Like, Steve Smith for 20,000 coins is an absolutely incredible shooting guard in this game. The list goes on and on, but I do want to start with Steve Smith because the card is absolutely elite. We're going to dive into it a little deeper. As you do, please smash that subscribe button. So, obviously, with the 'Tis the Season drop, with everybody new coming out in the game, you've started to see some of the market drop, whether it's Brad Miller, who I like for his price quite a bit, whether it's Steve Smith, who I like for his price a little bit, or even some of the top diamonds of the game. Heck, Marcus Smart for super cheap. You can build a squad for super cheap right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Super, super, super cheap, especially behind the 'Tis the Season drop. Now, we do have a ton of cards in this 'Tis the Season drop. A lot of these cards, though, are super cheap. Even a guy like Shawn Kemp is incredibly, incredibly cheap. And so what should you guys be doing to take advantage of this? Well, it's kind of tough for me to tell you guys exactly, but I would start to build your squad around the 'Tis the Season drop. Now, what does that mean? Well, picking up Marcus Smart for his price. Picking up Boris Diaw for his price. If you want Matt Harping for his price. If you want to keep going on, Shawn Kemp for his price. You can now build an incredibly good squad for, again, super, super cheap in this game. And this is a card that I do want to highlight today. Pink Diamond Shawn Kemp. As I do dive into this thing a little bit deeper, because the situation with Shawn Kemp is this. Right now, he is one of your better power forwards in the entire game. He is. No matter whether you like Shawn Kemp, love Shawn Kemp, whatever your opinion on Shawn Kemp is, he is one of the best power forwards in the game. The fact of the matter is, he's 60,000 coins. That's an absolute steal. Even at the small forward position, you can pick up Rudy for not super expensive, and he can absolutely go out there and hoop for you guys. You know I've hyped up Marcus Smart quite a bit because I love the card. He plays great defense. Offensively, again, gives you enough on the court. So Marcus Smart is another guy that is a perfect point guard for you guys for what? 10, 15,000 MT. These are guys that are great, great, great options for you guys that you absolutely can pick up. Now, on the opposite side, we're seeing Galaxy Opals go for 7 million coins. Like you saw that last Giannis go for 7 million coins. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why cards are going for the amount that they are going for, but some of these cards are absolutely ridiculous in price. And so it's not all the cards that have lost a lot of value. It's really, honestly, in my opinion, just the 'Tis the Season drops mainly. Now, or 'Tis the Season cards mainly. Now, there are some other cards who have lost some value for sure, but the 'Tis the Season cards are definitely the ones that are mainly highlighted. You guys can see Yao's prices went down, Korver's price has went down. Korver is a 'Tis the Season card. And so that's really where I'm at with this updated, market is if you want a 'Tis the Season card, now is the time to buy them. If you want a Korver, if you want a Rudy, if you want any of these guys, now is the time to buy them. And kind of like I've already mentioned, you can literally build a whole squad of 'Tis the Season cards. And that's crazy to think about, but you can. And a lot of these cards aren't insanely overpriced. Like outside of the 'Tis the Season set, it is tough to find that many good players. For a decent price. It really is. But within the 'Tis the Season drop, a lot of these cards are super, super, super cheap. So even a guy like Kyle Korver, I don't know exactly what Kyle Korver I would buy, but again, he's going to be one of the best sharpshooters in the entire game. Now, is he perfect? No, but for 37,000 coins, sign me up every day of the week. Now, the point guard position, I'd get Marcus Smart, Korver at shooting guard, or Steve Smith, Rudy at small forward, Shawn Kemp at power forward. Center's a little tougher, but not really, because you can go and get a guy like Brad Miller at center. Then on your bench unit, backup point guard might be a little tough because there's not a lot there, but backup shooting guard, you could plug in a guy like Steve Smith, backup small forward, you could plug in Matt Harping. Power forward, Boris Diaw. Again, the list goes on and on of great budget cards on the game right now. And so even Diamond Boris Diaw, this card's really not getting hyped up whatsoever, but I'm telling you right now, for 10,000 coins, he is an absolute steal. So this is the first time in a very long time that in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, you can now run an incredibly good budget squad on this game. And I wish I could buy all of these cards right now to show you guys exactly what they're like in shoot-around. But that's the truth of where we're at right now in this game. Whether it's Marcus Smart, whether it's Boris Diaw, whether it's Kyle Korver, whether it is, Steve Smith, Rudy G, Brad Miller. All of these cards you guys can pick up for super cheap and run. And these are cards that definitely can go out there and compete. So that is one thing that I would do if I were you guys is, you know what? Yes, get Franz Wagner, get Lu Dort, and combine them with some of the very cheap options you have. Now, is Brad Miller the best center in the game? No, he's not. But he is a guy with a high three ball that is going to go out there defensively and compete at a really high level. And so initially when Brad Miller came out, I wasn't going to hype up the card. But now that he's 20,000 coins, sign me up. Genuinely, sign me up. You can build an entire squad of these 'Tis the Season cards for super, super, super cheap. And to me, it's a great time if you guys are no money spent to get on the game and just use these cheap-ish cards. Now, it's hard to grind MT. It's hard to make MT. But I will say this. If you build a squad, like I've mentioned, of Marcus Smart, heck, you grind for Franz Wagner if you want. Small forward, you can use a variety of guys, but even Rudy's expensive. So let's plug in Steve Smith at small forward, because Steve Smith is 6'8" and is going to shoot the ball really, really solid. You can build an incredibly good squad. And so, yes, I know that this game hasn't been great. I know that this game has been pretty rough. However, these cards are super cheap, and now is the time to take advantage of it. Right now is the first time all year long that we've had these cheap of cards that you guys can pick up, and these cards are good. They can help your specific squad out. So that's something that I would recommend for you guys, is buying these 'Tis the Season cards. Like, again, a lot of them are really, really solid options for you guys that you guys can pick up, use, and have fun and success with. So that's kind of what I would do if I were you guys. Don't feel like you have to ever buy certain cards, but I'm just sitting up here today thinking, man, if you are trying to fill out your squad or fill out specific positions, today is a great day to do it. And it's the same thing with the diamonds. Like, I haven't really even mentioned Arvydas Sabonis, but he is 7'3", so if you want to plug in the card, you can. Reggie Lewis, I don't love because his three ball isn't super high, but he is a card that can at least compete defensively. Like, the list goes on and on with the diamond cards as well. Matt Harping's incredible for his price. Even Reggie Lewis is not the worst. 6'7", defensively pretty complete. These are cards that can play. Boris Diaw, Marcus Smart, the list goes on and on. Today is a fantastic day if you are trying to be no money spent, that you can pick up, cards for super cheap and run. Today is the first day in a very long time that you can build a squad for 50,000 coins. If you get Franz Wagner, Lu Dort, you can fill out the rest of your squad for 50,000 coins and have an incredibly good squad. Get Marcus Smart, get Boris Diaw, get Matt Harping, get those types of guys, and you're going to notice your squad level up in a big time way. So the whole point of this video today is to basically tell you guys there is no more, you can't be no money spent on this game. There's no more of that, because you absolutely can. Now, yes, if you come up against Galaxy Opal Giannis, Galaxy Opal LeBron, are you probably going to be in trouble? Yes, absolutely. But there's a way, there's a path to being no money spent, picking up some of these cheapish cards and having fun and success with them. You add them to the likes of Franz Wagner, to the likes of Lu Dort. If you can grind D-Rob, grind Draymond, before you know it, you can build a really, really good squad for super, super cheap on this game. Now, again, outside of the 'Tis the Season drop, it's 'Tis the Season set, is there a whole ton to look at? Well, when you search by Pink Diamonds, I'll kind of walk you through it. All of these cards are 'Tis the Season cards. And so that's the one thing I want you guys to know and realize is, outside of the 'Tis the Season drop, all of the rest of the cards are still going to be pretty expensive. Now, they might come slightly down, right? Because the overall price of the auction is going to come down. A lot of these other cards are going to come slightly down, but it's not going to be by much. So all of the cards to use are basically the 'Tis the Season cards. And even if you want to run Brook Lopez, I'm not saying he's great, but he's not the worst. Like, he at least defensively is going to go out there and compete. So what I would say is this. If you want it, today is a great day to go buy some of these pink diamonds. If you can find some of these guys that are badged up, it could help you out a little bit more. But the fact that like Kyle Korver is the best sharpshooter in the game with the smoothest release, he's literally training wheels for 40,000 coins. I mean, Boris Diaw for less than 10,000 coins. I'm actually shocked at some of these prices. Not to say like they're gonna, be the best cards in the game, because they're not. But like I said, for their specific prices, they're solid. They're definitely cards that you guys can pick up, go out, and have some success with. So yes, I mean, that's kind of my biggest piece of recommendation. If you want to grind this thing out, you absolutely can. But don't go for Shaq. Like, it's just not worth going for Shaq. It's honestly not even worth going for anything above a Franz Wagner. The hard part is after Franz Wagner and Lu Dort, there's just not a whole lot to look at here. And that's kind of the rough part about where we're at right now. There's just not a whole lot to look at. Like, Kawhi is basically not attainable because of how long and hard of a grind it is to get him. So it's tough right now. It's tough. I don't love the Tis of the Season or the winter event, but I do like the fact that the market is starting to slowly come down. So that's where we're at. That's what's to note. And again, I mentioned Shawn Kemp at the start of this video, but that's a little more expensive. But I feel like we're starting to get guys at every specific level that can absolutely play. So like for me, Shawn Kemp, he could obviously start for me, and he is 50,000 coins. And so it's like, for this price, he might be the best value card in the entire game. Like, we're starting to see some of these cards that are getting somewhat affordable. Now, again, is this worth picking up for you and your specific squad? It really is personal preference based, but a lot of these cards for their specific prices seem like absolute steals to me, in my opinion. So that's gonna wrap it up for my video. You guys can let me know your thoughts on where the auction house is currently at right now. I just think it's honestly a good day to buy some of these Tis the Season cards. Especially, there might be some more of the things that come out today. This is actually before the content central time drop. So we'll see what else happens. But a lot of these cards and their prices are so cheap today. So take advantage of it. Don't buy packs, but instead, take advantage of it. Add some guys that can help your squad out. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.